Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while. So I'm just showing you what the garden looks like in March. It's been raining for God knows how many months in the UK, and slowly it seems to be letting up now. And it looks like we're surely gonna come back to a point where it's not raining every time. So spring is around the corner. So I'll start off with this side of the garden. First thing is my Leyland cypress tree. As you can see, my Leyland cypress tree has grown quite well. I bought it last year, some point last year. I think it was about July, August that I bought it. And it's done really well. I've put it to the back of the garden now because it was initially at the front. I decided to move them to the back because every time the wind was blowing, they would just fall over. So I had to move them to the back. Right, so I planted some grape hyacinths on here. So as you can see, those grape hyacinths at the bottom of the container, and it looks like they're just about to flower. But yeah, I'm quite happy with that Leyland tree. Cypress tree. I've got three of them. As you can see, there's two there. They seem to be growing on different timelines, to be honest. But hey, that's fine. So as you can see here, I've just got this set of chairs and a table, and this is like a cast iron or iron table and chairs. I got this from a reclamation yard, and I paid a bargain for them. Considering they're iron, I paid £25 for them. In terms of the colour, I'm actually going to jazz up the colour at some point in the summer when it's definitely sunny. So I'm just going to change the colour, but for now, they'll do in this space. I just thought I wanted some seating in this area right next to the back door. Right, so now moving forward now, you can see I'll start off maybe with the pots just at the top as you climb up the stairs. Right, so as you can see, I've still got my cordyline pots there. So I've got the cordyline in burgundy and cordyline in green. So what I did last year, I planted some tulips in there. I think the tulips that are in there, tulips finola. As you can see, they're coming up quite well. So I'm looking forward to seeing what it's going to look like. So I had extra bulbs, so I decided to just plant them just in those pots. I put even the grape hyacinths there, just additional ones in there, just for an extra bit of colour. So I've put that in there, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it shouldn't be too long, and then we'll see what they actually look like. I tell you what I didn't know is that slugs love tulips. So those that want to put tulips in their garden, just be aware that slugs absolutely munch on them. So yeah, I'm really quite happy with these. They're actually quite resistant. We've had quite a bad winter. I've had them now, I think, over 2 years, and they've come up all the time across the winter into the spring really well. So I think I'm quite appreciative of that. So moving on to the right side now of the garden, I've got four of these euonymus shrubs that are planted in these grey containers. They're doing really well. They've survived their first winter, so I'm quite glad about that. Last year, I had put begonias around these, and it was such a lovely show. These euonymus, they're variegated ones, so you can actually start seeing the variegation on the plant. You can actually see it's a different color. Plant is not just pure green; it's got a bit of a light color to it, so it looks quite pretty. And then my container here that has got carex, I just put carex over the winter because I didn't really have much plants to put in there. But you can also see some tulips in there coming up as well. I've bought some clematis, which I'll probably put there as well very soon. So you've got here the another find at the reclamation yard that cost me £5, and I painted it. It was a white color. I painted it to black, and I'm putting clematis on this because I just felt like clematis would look good over time on that feature. Right, as you can see, this is the third Leyland cypress tree, still with some hyacinth grapes at the bottom. And then those two containers had basil and coriander in them. I'm just waiting to see what happens with them. Yeah, so that's pretty much it really for that side, that part of the garden. I'm quite happy with how it's turned out, to be honest, and just the fact that my plants have survived the winter. Because 9 times out of 10, a lot of plants just can't survive the winter, but this one's been quite fine. So I'm happy. I'm happy with that. Right, so as you can see, just the seating area is still fine. Nothing's changed with the seating area. And you've got the last two containers at the end there of the euonymus. And all four euonymus shrubs have done well. They've all come through the winter and they've survived. So I'm quite happy about that. Okay, right. So at the top of the stairs, at the second set of stairs, I've put a Yucuba plant. It's got a Yucuba plant. I bought that. I think it was £2. I bought it for, and it was what I call the sick bay. It weren't doing very well, so I've repotted it into this container, and look, it just looks like it's loving life at the minute. Really like the fact that it survived. So, and I'm sure when it comes to spring and summer, it will thrive even more. So yeah, I'm quite happy about that. So yeah, I'm quite happy about that plant. So I'll just keep an eye on it and make sure that it continues to survive. Right, so at the corner now of the garden, you've got another container there. As you can see, I have got my clematis on there. I left this clematis last year and now it's come back. As you can see, it looks like it's come back really, really well. I've got some more cordyline plants that I've planted there over the winter as well in these pots. I put some tulips on there, and as you can see, there's a red and yellow tulip that's about to flower. It seems as if these tulips are flowering really early, and as you can see, there seems to be an issue with the length of the tulips. Don't know, maybe if I didn't plant them deep enough because they've got quite short stems. Anyway, other than that, the cordyline is doing really well. I've still got the other cordyline on the right side that's not looking too great, but I won't give up on it. I'll keep an eye on it and keep loving it basically, and see how far that goes. So right, yeah, so the clematis is doing quite well, as you can see. It actually looks like it's doubled in its size compared to what it was last year, so I'm quite looking forward to seeing the flowers on that one. So looking forward to that. Yeah, so as you can see, the clematis is doing well. You can see buds all over it. So yeah, I'll be glad to see what that looks like. To be honest, I'll have a look and see what that looks like. Right, on this side, I've got the azalea. Now I've forgotten which color azalea I've moved out of the ground, but we'll have to see when it starts flowering. So yeah, that's an azalea I've moved across. This basket here, please don't laugh at this basket. It's definitely seen better days. I need to get a new basket, but what I thought is I'll wait for the tulips to flower, and once they flower, I can just move the bulbs into the next basket. So bear with me. So right, yeah, this azalea, again, as I said, not sure what color it is, but I'll have a look. And you've got my bird feeder there. Clearly I need to top up that bird feeder, but yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing just the improvement of the garden over the next couple of months. So this is just a snapshot of what the garden looks like on the right side, with all my containers and the seating area. So to say we've come out of a harsh winter, it's not looking too bad. Not looking too bad at all. So right, so next now to the actual garden itself, the garden beds. I'll start off on the left side. I've planted quite a few tulips in here. You're going to see quite a lot of shoots come up, as you can see on the left side there. And then following on from that, you can actually see a lot of activity on my hydrangea on the left hand side. So this hydrangea's budding up really, really well. Considering there's been a lot of rain, I'm actually not surprised. It seems to me that it's actually budded up quite early compared to last year, but the amount of rain that we've had, I'm not shocked. So next to that is the hebe. It's starting to grow a bit more, as you can see. And then I've got the blue fescas, you know, these spiky plants. They're blue fescas. They've done really well through the winter as well. They've survived through the winter, so I'm quite happy that they've managed to go through a winter and come out on the other side. Right, so the next one here you can see is the heuchera. I like heucheras because they're diehards. They really survive through the winter time. So I've planted 3 heucheras across on this side. So these are the green heucheras. And then, you know what? I've actually forgotten the name of the plant at the back of this the blue fescas. So as you can see there, yeah, the fescas are doing all right, considering that we've had a harsh winter. So this plant here at the end, I've actually forgotten what it is. I'd have to research it again. I've actually forgotten what it was, but I'll have a look. I'll have a look. Yeah, so going down the garden bed, there's a couple of tulips that have flowered, as you can see, but I'm still waiting for quite a bit to flower. I think it was the tulip finola, the ones that you can see there. But in terms of this nameless plant, it's doing really well. Again, went through the winter really, really well. It's starting to improve in growth, coming up to springtime. What I do know about the stems is that they're actually poisonous stems, so you have to be careful when you're cutting back that plant. You've got to wear gloves, and you've also got to make sure that you clean the blade properly. So yeah, next here is the burgundy heuchera. Looking a bit rough. I know it's looking a little bit rough. I know it's looking a bit rough, but that's fine. It's okay. Spring's coming, and it'll get a lot better. Right, as you can see, there's a couple of tulips there in the ground. Next one here is my carex. My carex plant. Again, this is a diehard grass. I've managed to propagate this plant so many times. So all across these borders, majority of it is propagated, and it propagates so quick. So yeah, as you can see here, the next bit here is a dwarf rhododendron on the right hand side. I bought this, the one that I'm actually showing you now. It's a new plant that I got for 50p. I'm just waiting to see what it looks like. So yeah, as I was saying, this is the dwarf rhododendron. I'm waiting to see what it does in terms of the buds. And moving on, I got a normal rhododendron at the back there. See, I don't know what's happening to it. The leaves just look so sad. But you know what? I won't give up on it. I won't give up on it. I'll keep watering it, and hopefully when the springtime comes, it will get a bit more perky. But yeah, it looks a bit sad at the minute. But we'll keep cheering it up. So next on the garden tour, you can see a lot more carex there. At the back of this carex is a red rose bush. It's actually doubled in size from the time that I got it last year. So I'm looking forward to seeing it looking good in the summertime. But yeah, again, it survived the winter, which I'm quite happy about. Yeah, so going forward now, I propagated the red heucheras, and this one is the azalea. I think it's a red azalea. It looks like there's red buds on this one, so that's a red azalea, and we'll see whether it flowers this year. So yeah, these heucheras that I'm just showing you now, I propagated them off the other rough heuchera. So as you can see, I've done 3. I like things grouped in 3s most times. So yeah, I've sorted that out, and I just want to see how it will improve. Basically, just want to make sure that the plants grow well. As you can see at the end there, you've got another hydrangea that's budding up really well. Then you've got your Spanish bluebells, all those thick buds there at the bottom, all those thick plants there at the bottom. That's all Spanish bluebells ready to come up. The boxwood did really well, as you can see. It's doing all right with the little little boxwood, they've come up really well. And you've got sedum at the bottom there, and carex as well. So yeah, so the last pots here, this is a Photinia plant with some grape hyacinths at the bottom. But this plant changes color all season long. It changes from green to red. So as you can see, it's got some new red shoots coming up. Die hard tree, this one. It does really, really well for me all the time. It's quite a strong tree. And I'm waiting to propagate this one as well. So watch this space. And then you've got my ducks on this side. They've got carex in there. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So this is my March garden tour. Just wanted to show you what the garden is looking like. So that's pretty much it for now. Like, comment and subscribe. Thanks guys. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers. Bye.